This is for my next house, which is Taurus. I have Taurus in the 5th house. And let's talk about 5th house for a minute. 5th house is your house of dating, relationships, your creativity, your entertainment, your children. Because the 5th house is originally ruled by Leo. So when you think about the 5th house, that area of life, think about a Leo, and what a Leo represents. That's your 5th house. But I have Taurus here. So in this area of life, it's going to be seen through the view of a Taurus. That's how I'm gonna, this house is gonna play out for me. And we know that Taurus is ruled by Venus. Venus is the planet of love, money, beauty, art, romance. It's what you value. Your relation and experience to pleasure. It's how you socialize and relate to others. The attraction to others that you have. And with Taurus being ruled by Venus, I have to look to Venus so I can see how my pleasures, what type of pleasures I'm going to be attracted to, what type of pleasures that I partake or relate to. And my Venus is in Scorpio. So with Taurus being in my 5th house and my Venus being in Scorpio, which is the opposite of Taurus, it's excuse me, also in my opposite house of the 5th house, which is the 11th house. So with that being said, let me talk a little bit about how my Taurian 5th house plays out for me. So keep in mind that Taurus is the feminine side because Venus rules Libra and Taurus, but Taurus is the feminine of the two. So my approach in this area is going to be more receptive, less challenging. It's going to be competitive, but it's going to have a sensitivity to that challenging or competitive part. So for me, I am gonna be attracted to beauty. I am attracted to art. I consider myself an artist as well. Like it's like a part. It's a part of me. A lot of times when I do my art, it's when I'm alone. I'm not that interested in everybody seeing my art because I'm, like I said, very sensitive about my art. But I can show you guys a few of the art pieces that I've drawn. Like right now, this is one of them that I'm working on. I don't know if y'all can see that because I haven't started coloring it yet, but this is one of the pieces. I'll make sure to come back and show you guys when it's finished because I don't know how well you can see that, but I'll show you another one. But like I said, whenever I do my art, it's usually when I'm alone by myself and I'm thinking. I have music. A lot of time, like right now, I have music in my ear because music like kind of grounds me and it helps me to focus. Um, this is another one of my drawings. If you can't see it, that's Leo. That's Leo. And yes, I started drawing like my idea of the zodiac signs, like what I think about them. This is Virgo. Virgo. I ain't gonna show you all of them. I'm just gonna show you a few. This is Libra. This Libra. But yeah, so my art, I've always been interested in art. It's been a thing for me, and for a long time when I was younger, I used to like draw, like start off like drawing. You know how you're not drawing that well when you're younger, but it's something that I've always been into. Music is something I've always been into, and not just I'm into all different types of music, because music is a way that I express myself. A lot of times, because I'm not a big communicator, I don't talk a lot. If you listen to the music that I'm listening to, you can get a feel for what my mood is like. This one more I wanted to show you. One more picture I wanted to show you guys. Well, two more. I'll show you two more. So the first one I'm going to show you is this one. This is not a zodiac sign, but it's something that I drew. And then one more that I drew is this one. It's one of my favorite ones, actually. This is one of my other ones. This is one of my favorite ones. I don't know if y'all can see. Hopefully the lighting is good enough that y'all can see that, but it's an eye. Excuse me. But yeah, so that, art is one thing that I do. But like I said previously, like I would have never shown you guys that. It's been something that I've always kept to myself. Hence my opposite house. It's like I feel better knowing that I'm the judge of my own shit and nobody else can judge it, because I can deal with how I feel about it. But the problem comes with dealing how somebody else may feel about it. It's like I'm very sensitive to how somebody else feels about, or what somebody else feels about my art. But I'm starting to break out of that. I'm starting to be a little more open with my stuff, and I'm starting really not to put so much emphasis on what other people think about my art. I can also sing. I tend to not ever do that in public around other people. That's something that's more internal. Like my children hear me sing all the time. My significant other has heard me sing, but a lot of people are not privy to my voice. It's because I'm sensitive about what people have to say about how I express myself. With Taurus being here, I can also be pretty stubborn about this area. Like for instance, somebody trying to tell me what to do with my kids, or somebody trying to just have me do things the way that they do things. I don't like that. A lot of times that doesn't work with me. Maybe I'll listen to your advice and maybe I'll take some parts of it, but I'm not gonna do what you do. That's not me. That's not something that I do. Also in this house, like, I gotta keep referring to my notes because I'll keep talking. Projected on children for not being able to receive in return. That's something else that happens with me having Taurus in this house is like, I guess growing up for me, not being recognized, I guess, for my efforts or my creativity, or seeming like whenever I stood out or I thought that I stood out, it was like kind of negative for me. Like, me standing out growing up usually meant that somebody was criticizing me, um, or trying to bully me for what I thought was me expressing myself or me being creative or whatever the case. I kind of felt like nobody really saw me, or nobody really respected what I had going on. So projecting on my children is something that I notice usually when I don't feel respected. Like, I express myself, but then it's like, you don't hear me. You're not doing what I ask, so you don't respect me. So I've seen that with my children, that I do that with my children when they don't follow my rules or they don't do something I ask them to do. It's like, you don't respect me, you don't care about me, that type of thing with my children. Um, what I realized about me having Taurus in this house is that when it came to dating, I attracted a lot of Taurus energy. I always attracted, and if I was to look back on the number of people that will have come into my life as far as relationships, majority of them have had Taurus energy. And it just so happens that my significant other is a Taurus sun, because they exhibited, I could relate to their traits. I could relate to the things that they offer. Not really giving a fuck about nobody else, handling their own shit, being dependable or reliable, being hardworking, expressing themselves through art and beauty and that type of stuff. I was attracted to that type of stuff. Beautiful people. I was also attracted, like, well, I still am, or attracted to the beauty in people. When women or men say that, how should I say this? Like, beauty is in the eye of the beholder. That's true, because that's the reason why some people can be like, okay, why is she attracted to him, or why is he attracted to her? You'll never understand. If you're just a surface level person, you won't get it, because it won't make sense to you if you think that this person and this person don't match or they shouldn't be together because of the looks. I will say that I've been attracted to a lot of beautiful people, and my idea of beauty, I have to look at my Venus. So if my Venus is in Scorpio, so the things that I may find attractive and distinctive, or things that I feel like I can relate to, not gonna be like a lot of people. You got to think about scorpionic type people and how they look. I find that to be attractive. Um, but as far as the arts, music, artists, drama, that type of stuff, I appreciate it all. But back to the dudes. I always attracted a lot of dudes with either Earth energy or Taurus energy. But the ones that I ended up like having feelings for, majority of them had Taurus energy in them. Now I also came off Taurian. And if you know anything about Taurians, then you know that they can be, excuse my French, I don't want to say whores, but Taurians can be free. Basically, they're free until they're not. And it takes a long time to win over a Taurian. It's not easy. They are not like overnight. We're talking months and years that you have to spend with this person. But in the meantime, they're looking to see just how much or how if whether or not you're willing to go the distance. They're looking for loyalty. They're looking for the same traits that they have in themselves. So they're looking for loyalty. They're looking to see if you can be dependent on. They're looking to see if you're reliable or responsible. They're looking to see if you take care of yourself. If you're making money. If you're a hard worker. They're looking to see how much respect you have for yourself. They're looking for all of that. And in turn, I'm looking for all of that too. But one thing you got to remember is Taurians are earth signs, which can make them materialistic. They're working in the physical realm. The things that they find attractive, a lot of times they're right here in the physical realm. So, tangible things. That's what they need to see, or that's what they aspire to have. Tangible things. But one thing about them is if they see that you can do it, they'll be willing to do it for you as well. A lot of times, this energy, it doesn't want somebody that needs to be dependent on them. Like, I don't want somebody dependent on me. I want you to be able to get your own shit. Because in the event that I need you, I need to be able to depend on you the same way you can depend on me. That's how Taurians can be. So with me having Taurus in the 5th house and dating, I have dated. I don't know actually, because my idea of dating might not be the same as somebody else's. I pretty much went after what the fuck I wanted, and a lot of times it was sex. Like, once I realized I wanted you, there was something about you that I saw that I was attracted to. I wanted you. But instead of me messing with, like, having sex with 3 and 4 and 5 people at a time, it was only one person that I was having sex with, but it could have been like 3 or 4 people that I was actually talking to. Because, like I said, the way a Taurus thinks is that I'm single until I'm not. So if I ain't in no fucking relationship, I don't really care about just being committed to this one person. And that's how I was. If I wasn't in a committed relationship, like if I wasn't in a relationship with you, don't think that I wasn't talking to somebody else. Because I was. I was always talking to somebody else, but I wasn't always doing somebody else. Okay? Because in my mind, the way I was thinking is, I can talk to whoever I want to. If I'm only poking this one person, at least I'll be able to say, oh, this person got me pregnant. Or this person here's the father of this person right here was the one who was burning. Like, I've always had that mindset that this is I'm going to be able to pinpoint who the fuck it is. Because I wasn't about to be worrying about whether Tom, Dick, or Harry gave it to me because I was messing with all three of them. No. No. Um, yes, I did love sex. I did love sex. I still do, I think, but I've been celibate for 2 years, so I'm not even think. I don't go that route no more. It's not. I'm not. I don't have the desire, but I was very. I love sex, and whoever my partner was at the time, they knew. I never had complaints in that area because they knew, like, I was good at what I did. They were, and they had to be good at what they did. Like, if I saw beauty in you, like if I was attracted to you, but then when it was time for the physical part and it wasn't good, I wasn't messing with you no more. I wouldn't be bothered with you no more. If you didn't have something going on with you that could provide me pleasure, I wasn't dealing with you. And if I got it and didn't want it, like I felt like it wasn't that good, but you could please me in other ways, then yeah, you had a purpose then. You had a purpose. And I could see myself sticking around. But it was nothing for me to have sex with somebody and then not talk to them again. I don't care. Like, it was about the physical part for me. And then if it was good, then I might stick around. You had to have it had to be other ways of keeping my attention in order for me to deal with you outside of that, basically. I wasn't just doing it just to be doing it, because there's no point. What else with this time? I felt pressure to perform by my mother. That's another thing with this placement. I felt like I wasn't really seen by her, or I wasn't really doted on by her unless I was performing well, or I was in the limelight for some type of achievement. So I always felt like I had to be the best or perform the best in order to get that appreciation or to feel loved by my mother. Because I thought that her appreciating me for what I've succeeded in was me getting what I needed from her. But it really wasn't. Because if every time I do something, like when I perform or whatever the case, that's when you acknowledge me, then I am understanding our relationship to be conditional. And that's how I understood relationships. They were conditional. Like, I had to be doing something for you to get something from me, and vice versa. And if you weren't doing nothing for me, why am I talking to you? Why am I messing with you? Why are you here? So that's how my relationships formed. Because of my relationship, I feel like the relationship idea that I had with my mother. That's how the relationships ended up working for me from my fifth house. um, so another thing is that that I can see is that your self-worth can be placed on superficiality. Like, I'm worthy or I'm valuable because I look good. Or because I have the nicest car. Or because I can afford to live like this. So for me, as long as I was getting it for myself and taking care of myself and could buy whatever I wanted to buy and all of that, like, it was placing value on me in my eyes. It was placing value on me, but that's not how you want to attract people to you. You don't want to attract people to you by what you have and what you can do for them. Because with this placement, you can attract a lot of takers. A lot of people who are here for the benefits of what you can provide. So, you know, you gotta be careful with this placement. So it's like, if you keep attracting people in your life where it feels like they, they know you have a big heart, or they know that that you got it. They know that you can perform, and they know that you can succeed, and they know you got this and got that. You can get people in your life that just want to leech off of you because they know you're gonna do it. That's not okay. That's not the type of person you want in your life, because they're not offering you anything of value, yet they're taking what you have. And I did deal with that in some of my situations where you ain't really offering me nothing. There's nothing that you're offering me, but I have all of this. So I was in situations where people took advantage of me. They took advantage of me because they know I could offer what I had to offer. And they was just there to take. But not no more. That shit don't happen no more because my eyes are open. It can be hard for me to accept validation or admiration too. This is something that I deal with my current significant other. Okay, but I have to come back because this video is too long. Be right back.